Today we'll start with the new chapter called as gravitation. Students, in gravitation lesson, as we generally know what is gravitation, gravitational force, but in this chapter we'll go into details of what is gravitation, its introduction, what is the main theory behind it, okay, and how it was formulated, all these things. Okay, in this, just as an introduction, we have, first of all, what is the introduction, how we will study this lesson. First we will see what is the introductory part of this gravitation, how it is associated with the surroundings and all. Then we will go how it was first thought about by this circular experiment. Then we will see the Newton's universal law of gravitation. We will solve its mathematical formula equation. Okay, then we will have the next part is we will solve numericals on it. Then we will have to understand what is the value of general importance of universal law of gravitation, means how it is important in our general law, means what, how it is important, where it is important, means when it came into understanding that universal law of gravitation, what it was used. Okay, it was used for understanding that it is necessary for the motion of planets. Okay, it is necessary, it is playing an important role in finding the in knowing about the tides. Okay, for the motion of the moon around the sun. Okay, and all this free fall. Under the free fall we have been studying many things like the value of small g is necessary to find whenever an object is falling under free fall. Okay, these are the these we already know, but we are now in this lesson we are going to go in detail. Okay, we have to find the value of small g also. Okay, all this we will learn and we will solve examples. Okay, now, okay, so let us begin with this chapter, gravitation. Okay, students, now as you all know, this started with one small experiment that you all know. There is an apple, and when apple falls down, why it falls down. Okay, you need to continuously keep on asking this question. Okay, why it came down. Okay, this is the basic of this question, that is you are going to keep on asking yourselves when you go to the entire lesson. Okay, so students, first what we will go through is first you have to write two sentences upon what do you think about gravitation. Just you write two sentences. Okay, what do you first think? Oh, whatever it goes up must has to come down. So whenever gravitation was formulated, it was being talked about the whole universe scenario, means what, how the earth formed, how the universe formed. Okay, stars, galaxies. In this chapter it is cosmological study, more of like that. Okay, so we all know that whenever the earth was or the universe was formed, we have certain concepts like time, space, matter, energy, and all these things. Okay, so these are common terms that we will go on into understanding, because this lesson we are going to learn also for our IT, so we have to learn these things also. Okay, so what was that? In 17th century, we all know Isaac Newton. He just formulated his theories, and that became famous. Okay, that became famous, as we all know, and out of which we study the principles called as universal law of gravitation. Okay, so how does it start? Okay, see, for example, let us see what happened initially. Okay, as we were learning in chapter previous chapters, 8th chapter, motion and Newton's laws of motion, what did we understand? That to cause the motion, what was required is a force was required. Okay, a force was required. So Newton was just observing. So wow, how is this force, whenever an object is falling, its speed is also decreasing while it is coming down. As you all know, if an object falls from first floor, it doesn't get hurt, but when it falls from second, fifth floor, it get hurts. Why? Because its speed must be increasing. So speed is increasing, that means momentum is increasing. Momentum is increasing means what? There should be something called as force, because only force can change the momentum. Okay, so he thought about these things. So there should be some non-contact force that is increasing, that is applied to that body, that is why the speed of the body is changing. He thought like that. Okay, so then by observing this, he found that there should be some quantity called as force that is required. Okay, now he also assumed that the similar quantity is that is pulling the object towards the earth must be also responsible for the motion of the moon around the earth. The similar force must be necessary for the motion of earth around the sun. Is it like that? He thought. Then he assumed that all the forces, like for the apple falling on the ground, as well as earth moving around the sun, as well as moon moving around the earth, all these forces must be linked to some same thing. Okay, that is what he thought, and later on he proved it. Okay, so how he proved it, let us see. Okay, for example, Okay, so Newton happened to collect all these principles into one common thing, and he called this force as an gravitational force. Okay, he called it later on, he named it gravitation force. So how did he find? First of all, he thought he saw this observation of circular motion. What happens when when an object moves in circular direction? What happens when an object moves in circular direction? So as you all know, what is the necessity of circular motion? We always need to pull it towards the center. Okay, we always need to pull it towards the center, anything we want to rotate. But what happens is when we suddenly release it? Yes, students, what happens when we suddenly release it? Okay, it moves off tangentially in whatever part it was there. So this is what he observed, that this was similar thing was required, as he studied that whenever an object is kept on rotating in circular direction, there should be some force that is keeping it towards the center. Okay, that is called as the centripetal force. That is called as the centripetal force that keeps the body continuously rotating in circular direction. But what happened is that as it rotates in the circular direction, its velocity, means what, speed as well as direction, so its velocity is in this direction, but suddenly the velocities come in this direction. So when direction from this direction, it has changed to this direction. So direction change means what? Velocity change. Velocity change means what? Momentum also changes. So momentum changes means what? There should be some force. So where is that force that is making that velocity to change from this direction to this direction? That means it is bending in this direction. So that is because of some force. Where is that force concentrated? Towards the center. That is center seeking force. We call it centripetal force. So that is trying to bring this vector, which is going in this direction actually, to move in towards a little towards the center. That is why it moves in this direction. So every time what happens, there is some centripetal force that is acting or that is necessary to move an object in circular direction. So if there is some centripetal force required for the object to move in circular motion, then we will say that the centripetal force is continuously present in a circular motion. If the motion is circular motion, then there is some centripetal force that is always there, trying to force it towards the center, or we call it center seeking force. Okay, now what happens, now we saw that if the body is suddenly released, or it is, let us say, cut down, or we have just released it, so what happened? It flied off tangentially. Okay, it flied off tangentially means what? There is no, we are not holding it at the center, so what happens? There is no centripetal force. So there is no centripetal force, so it will not change in this direction, it will move on continuously in straight direction. So that is what should happen when there is no centripetal force. It should move along the tangent. So what is tangent? Tangent is just a perpendicular line at any one point on the circle. So it should move in that tangential direction when there is no centripetal force. So the question to Newton was that if moon is a body that is surrounding the earth, then even why is moon rotating in circular direction? There should be some force, that is non-contact force, that is pulling the moon towards the center. Otherwise moon should also have gone in straight direction. So why is moon kept on rotating? Who keeps the moon kept on rotating? He thought like that. Then he thought that this force should be similar to that force which brings an apple downwards, so he thought that this should be the similar force that is trying to pull the moon towards the earth. So he thought it like that. Okay, so we will see next what happens. Okay, so when the moon continuously rotates, it is not flying off tangentially because it is being pulled towards the center. So that force should be centripetal force, and that centripetal force, now when we were rotating the eraser, who was that centripetal force? My force of strength, my muscular force was that centripetal force. That was contact force. But here there is no thread tied. So who is pulling that? Actually it is the gravitation, some force, a he did not know. So that force is trying to pull that moon towards the earth every time and not allowing to go it, or not allowing to fly off tangentially. So he thought that there should be this force should be same. He got the first link, this force should be same, and he argued that this force that is making the moon rotate around the earth, similarly that is the same force that with earth rotates around the sun. So he found out this link and said that there should be some force that is associated with the apple, and same force that is associated with the moon and the sun. Okay, so he observed and he tried to study what happened. So see now, next what has happened when he observed the apple falling on the earth. So what happens is that he studied Newton's third law. Okay, already he had Newton's three laws we already studied. So what happens when we are studying Newton's three laws? We know that the force cannot exist in one single pair. Force has to have in pairs. They have to come in opposite pairs. So whenever force is there, it is always in pairs. That means whenever there is action, at the same time there is reaction also, then only it will equilibrium will get balanced. Otherwise it cannot be like that. Okay, like you cannot win the fist fight with one team only. You have to have both the teams. Okay, with one force you cannot win, right? Because every time you have action, you always need reaction. So what happens when the apple fell down? When the apple fell down, he understood that at the same time there was some force acting on this apple. That is why its speed increased, na? So why speed is increasing, why momentum is increasing? Because there should be some force. There should be some force. So when there is some force acting on the apple, at the same time, by Newton's third law, what do we understand? That there should be some reaction force also applied on the earth, that it should move towards the apple. See students, just understand, whenever an apple is being attracted towards the earth, at the same time what happens? At the same time what happens? The earth is also, earth system, that is the ground system, is also should be lifted towards the earth. It should also be lifted towards the earth, like that he taught. Okay, so what was that statement? That force of apple should be equal and opposite to the force of earth. That means earth should also move upwards, he thought. So by third law we have written force of apple is equals to minus of force of the earth. Why minus? Because force is a vector quantity, it needs direction. Here directions are opposite, so we have put a minus sign. If this is plus, then this is minus, a general direction. Okay, it is not associated with minus comes here or like that. If this is positive, then this is negative. Now what is the force on apple? We know generally. What is that? It is equal to weight, that is the gravitational force. So we've written here mg. By Newton's second law, what is the force on this? Mass into its acceleration. What is its acceleration? Its rate of change of momentum. So what is its rate of change of momentum of this body? Mass into its rate of change of momentum. That is what? Its mass into final velocity minus final momentum minus initial momentum upon t. So that is nothing but delta p upon t. If you can take m common out, that is v upon t, that is nothing but ma. So this is we have derived from Newton's second law. So ma is nothing but used it here. Okay, that is whatever is the acceleration we found out by calculations, by our first laws, first kinematics, that is value is coming out to be 10, that is g. So we have written here mg. Now this is the force on the apple, this is the force on the apple. Now similar should be the force upon the earth, similar should be the force upon the earth, but in opposite direction. So we have written equal to sign but a minus sign. Now this is the force experienced by the earth, so it should be what? Its change of momentum, that is its mass into its acceleration upwards. So we have written capital M for the earth and A for earth's acceleration. See, this is equal, this is equal. We know that the mass of the apple is very very small. Okay, and the gravitational value is so much. See, in 1 second it is getting 10 meters per second change in speed. So this is the quantity, it has to be equal to the this quantity. Now what is on the right hand side? On the right hand side we have the huge earth's mass. You have a huge earth's mass. So what is this? This mass is very very high. Okay, this value will together come out, let us say, to be 10 Newton. 10 Newton. Then what is there on the left hand side? This is huge mass. This will be earth's mass is like 6 into 10 to the power 24 kgs. 24 zeros, such a big number. 24 zeros. So in order to be equal to 10, what should be the value of acceleration if this is very much big? 6.4 into 10 to the power 24, that is 24 zeros, should be multiplied by with what quantity such that it should be equal to 10 Newton? It should be, this quantity should be very very small, only then 0.000, only then this value will be equals to 10 Newton. That means acceleration is very very small. Acceleration of earth is very very small, very with very small magnitude. Earth is also getting lifted towards the apple. This is what Newton found out, and because this is so small quantity, this acceleration is so small, that is whenever the apple falls on the earth also goes towards the apple, but that is very very in very negligible amount, very infinitesimally small amount. So that is not countable. So we don't that is not visible also. So it is not visible. That is why we say that when the apple falls on the earth also rises up towards the apple, but just that we cannot see because of its magnitude being very very small, its magnitude being very very small. Okay students. Okay, so what is that we have seen here is by Newton's third law and second law, that the acceleration is very very small. Okay. It is also understood because the forces are equal, and when same forces are being applied on two bodies, then what happens? Here also for force of gravitation है ना, force of gravitation is there between the apple and the earth. So what happens? Force of gravitation, it is equal and opposite. It is equal means what? It means what? With whatever force the apple is being pulled, with the same force the earth is also being pulled, right? But both are such that they are both coming to each other. Okay, now for example, this earth, this apple and the eraser, these two are objects kept on the ground. Let us take, if these two were kept in space, then what would happen? Okay, then also they would try to come together. They would try to come together. Now this, why they would come together? That would be due to some force that Newton said was gravitational force. But always remember that this force is same. Always remember this force is same. Means what? It is that, for example, if there is some quantity 10 newtons, let us take. Okay, so if its mass is 10 newtons, so if it is going to fall with 10 newton, that means earth is also being pulled up towards the apple with 10 newton only. When the apple falls towards the earth by 10 newton, you will understand that the earth is also being pulled towards the apple with 10 newton only. This is the due to Newton's third law. Okay, now because the mass of the apple and the earth is very different, the accelerations have to be inversely proportional. Why? Because when mass is less, acceleration is more, because force is same. Similarly, mass of the earth is so much big that it has to accelerate with very small value in order to be equal to the 10 newton force. This is understood. Okay, now we will see that as long as now we have understood that all these forces are same, and because we have also confirmed with that Newton's second law and third law, and also with the circular motion, that there should be some non-contact force, we will call this force from now on as gravitational force. We will call this force from now on as gravitational force. Okay students. Okay, now for now whatever we have understood, just read the textbook, and up till this point, and start writing these things in your notebook in your own language, or you can write it from same also. Whatever we have understood up till this, just write a summary of whatever we have written up till this point. Next we will cover in next video.